Hello, everyone. It is, now I forgot the date. The 26th. Sorry. And it's still March, yes. Tomorrow we get our big check, but I thought I'd just check in today. I'm just going to adjust my screen a bit. See, I do these videos, these update ones. I do them on my computer because it's easier for me to do it that way. So I just update on the computer, like I sort of just do a video. And I start the thing and I just do it, and then I upload it. And you sort of get what you get. Yeah. You know, me scratching my face, and the dog walking by, and things like that. This is evening. It is about quarter to eight at night. And I'm just keep having to adjust because I've got a glare from my glasses. And I'm trying to not have the glare, but I've got the light on overhead. And and that is putting a glare on my glasses. So, oh well, here we are. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, today was chilly. It's cold. I've got my shawl on tonight. It's not really wool, but it's warm, and it's kind of a reversible shawl. So one time you'll see it gray, and another time it might be blue, and it's just the same one. But it's nice and warm. I've got a blanket over my knees. It's actually the dog blanket, and it's a really nice blanket. In the end, it's soft on the one side, and then it's got that sort of phony lamb's wool on the inside, sheep's wool kind of on the inside of it, and I put that against my legs and try and keep my feet and my legs warm. Gary right now is inside the truck stop, and he actually took his 3D printer in there, and he's set up in the trucker's lounge. He went yesterday and was talking to them, and they said, sure, bring it in the evening when it's not busy in there. And so he took it in last night, and he tried printing that thing that I talked about in the last video. And it didn't work. It ended up being, because of the nature of it, and it didn't have little stands underneath the open areas, because the file didn't have it, and Gary's just new to the 3D printing files. So he can change some things, he can make things bigger or smaller, but there's things that he can't do, like adding in little sticks and things. Anyway, it ended up, it goes fuzzy. It's like it can't print properly, so it goes kind of fuzzy. So it was ruined, and the openings were sort of crushed. It was sort of ovaled, which wouldn't work well if you're trying to put some kind of piping into it to put water through. So he went in tonight with a different model, and he's hoping that one will print properly. But it's a longer print. The other one was about an hour. This one is about 2.5, he figured. So he may not be back home for another hour and a half or so. But if he can get this printed and then get it put onto our machine, onto our truck, it may help us with fuel. And I mean, we have to test it, and if it works, that he'll let you know what it is, and all the rest of it. If it doesn't work, we'll probably take it. Pardon me. Sorry, we'll probably take it back off again, because there's no point in leaving it on there if it's not doing anything. So we'll see how that works. Today was a weird day. There was sort of frost on the ground when we woke up. That went away fairly quickly, but it hasn't been warm all day. Now what we did today is we had bought months ago, we had bought I don't know, the patio door plastic that you put over your patio door to stop the cold in the wintertime. The kits that you can buy that have the plastic and the tape and everything in them. We'd bought a couple of those um, way back in the fall, or maybe even in the summer, and we'd put them away, and we forgot about them. And today, when Gary was going through something, he found them, and he said, "Oh, let's do this." So we put them on. We put one on each of the bedroom windows because they're quite large, and they were fairly easy to access and put stuff on. So we got that put on today on the bedroom windows, the two of them. Hopefully it helps a bit, because we didn't put it above and below the metal on the windows, because they are metal frames. We didn't put it above and below the metal because if we did, it would probably rip the wallpaper when we took the tape back off next year or in the spring. And we didn't really want to do that because then it makes a mess, and then what do you do? And anyway. So we put it on the metal itself. So hopefully it'll help some. It's bound to help some. And then in next to where I'm sitting, over in that direction to my left, there's a window, a quite big window here. But it's very awkward to try and plastic it because of just the way that it's got a frame, and it's got like a valance, and then there's side things like here, like that, on the sides of it. So very, very awkward to try to get at the frame and put the tape on. And because of where it is, we would both have to be kneeling on these seats to try and put it in place, which neither one of us can kneel for very long. Both of us have short knees for different reasons, but we both have not got good knees. I haven't been able to kneel on my knees for years. I think when I was 50 was about the last time that I could actually kneel on my knees. So, but anyway, what we did here is we have foam. What's it called? You can get it at the dollar store. It's thin foam with paper on either side. And we had some, and we had made a sign that was like a tent sign, and we cut it to size to fit in there. So we actually have a black thing in the window, and then we pulled our curtain down over it. This type of curtain, only this one will pull down one more time, and it's a darkening window, so it's got the daylight darkening shades on it. And I might pull this one down yet. We'll see. But so we basically have the front window, the big front windshield window, and the door window are the only ones that are not protected now. Like the door, and we actually have a drape that we can pull across in front of the door when we're inside, and it helps to keep any breezes from coming that might come through the door, because this is not a winterized unit. It's just it's just everything is thin glass and thinness. It's all for summer. So anyway, we heard today, and then we went and checked it out, and it's true. There is an ice storm coming in. Now it's not. The winds could go up to 50 kilometers an hour, and if you're in the U.S., please just look it up. And there's going to be ice, like freezing rain and things like that happening. It's what they call an ice storm here. Apparently they're normal in the spring. They get them, a couple of them in the spring, and it could last 3 days, so it could last the whole weekend. It's supposed to start tomorrow night, which is Friday, overnight sometime. Tomorrow's supposed to be a nice day. So tomorrow, thankfully, we get our check, a big check. And we're going to go over to the fuel pumps here and get some fuel. And we're going to get quite a bit. And then we're going to probably go down to Walmart and get some oil, so that we are sure we've got oil, because we're going to have to run our vehicle. If there's an ice storm and it's not cold, we're going to have to run our vehicle to stay warm. And I'm really glad that we did this work today, and I'm very grateful that Gary found that now and we could put it up. And and I'm glad that we've got that, because we can pull the curtains down, the roller blinds down. They're quite heavy. And we can pull them down over top. They're not your normal roller blinds like you have in a house. They're really heavy, and they're room darkening type. So we can pull them down over top, and the bedroom should be warmer tonight. I mean, you have to remember that our bed is actually sitting on top of our water tank. So there's an air area under there that's just air, and then there's the big water tank under there. So we're actually laying on water, a big water tank, and if it gets cold, because we don't have the heater under, we don't have the ability to put the heater under there to keep it a little bit warmer. We don't have a heater that can go under there right now, because we can't plug in. If we could be plugged in, be no problem. We would have a furnace, we would have heat, we would have it. But because we don't, we have to deal with things however we can. So I think this should help us a little bit to be a little bit warmer. We're certainly not going to be traveling. We won't travel until after the weekend, and we'll see what we do after the weekend. We are wanting to leave because we don't want to be using our money up while we're here. We want to kind of get out of here and get going. If we're going to go back to Alberta, we've got to get going pretty soon, because we've got a long way to go, and we know it's going to take us a long time to get there, because of just the nature, because of our money. I mean, we're only living in this motorhome because, we're poor, and we can't afford an apartment. And there are no apartments around that we could afford right now. None. I mean, these apartments, for a small apartment, they want $1,500, $1,600. We can't afford that kind of thing. I mean, that's what our apartment in Lethbridge was going up to, and we couldn't afford it. So it's, sadly, there's a lot of people that are like us, seniors that are like us, that, we've got people all around us. There's a girl across the way that's living in a tent. I can't imagine. She's been there for 2 years. Fella next to us, he's a senior. He's living in his sort of a van, like an SUV style van. Other people around us is a fellow across the way. He's a senior. He's working, but he's a senior. He's living in a camper. I mean, this is just in one parking lot. I mean, we've got people all around us that are sleeping in their cars. There's a guy next to us on the other side. They tend to come close to the big motorhome when they find out it's seniors, because they feel safe. And they come in close to the big motorhome, and they park near us because they feel safe. And that's fine. We don't mind. I mean, we feel safer with them too. It's kind of nice that I'm sorry, adjusting this again. It's kind of nice that we have that. That we have people that feel safer near us, and that we know that they're keeping us safe as well. Anyway, so we're not sure. I don't think we're going to be able to get out of here until probably the 1st or 2nd, possibly even the 3rd. I'm not sure at this point, because tomorrow's the 27th. The weekend is the 28th and 29th, 30th, 31st. We could get out of here on the 30th if the weather is okay. The thing is, we don't want to end up going up the highway and then finding ourselves in a nice storm there, So we're hoping that it's all ended, and we may stick around here, or may go down to Belleville until the 1st, and then start west. But we'll have to see how it goes. I'll keep you up to date and let you know. But I think that's about all I wanted to say tonight, and I'm actually going to say good night. I laughed at myself when I watched the video, the other video, the last one today, because I said goodbye twice. But I tend to do that, and I'm sorry. That's just me. But anyway, I'm going to say goodnight now, and I wish you all well. Please, if you've watched this far and you're enjoying what you're seeing, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to do so. Give us a thumbs up if you like it. If you give me a thumbs down, could you leave a comment and tell me why? Because, you know, it helps us to straighten out and figure out what we should or shouldn't be doing. And say hello. Tell us where you are. What's your life? I mean, you know, do you have a nice life? I hope so. I hope everybody does. We're working toward getting one, but, you know, it could be a while before we do. And, yeah, so you take care of yourself, and I will talk to you when I can. Probably in a couple of days, I'll let you know how it all goes. Tomorrow's going to be a very busy day. I don't think I'll get a chance to do a video. But, this is going to be pretty busy for me. Online, hopefully, I got to get it done before the ice storm, because the ice storm could knock out the internet for us. So, I will do my best. So I will say goodbye for this time, and wish you well. Bye now.